How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Guess what time it is? It's drift truck time. Drift truck time. Say that 10 times fast. It is also sponsor time. Huge thank you to Tay-Rock Watches for sponsoring this video. See what I did there? Drift truck time watch. Tay-Rock is a watch company that makes really awesome watches for a really reasonable price. Super high quality, a bunch of options, stainless steel construction, water resistant. Obviously this isn't a watch channel, so I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to watches, but I do know watches make you look 10 times classier. This watch combined with those new glasses I have, oh. Classy Gingium. If you guys head over to Tay-Rock and use my discount code, which will be displayed right here, you can get 20% off your watch. Huge thank you again to Tay-Rock for sponsoring this video and helping fund all these projects. Like I said, it is drift truck time. Sadly, we are not getting it wired up yet. We're still waiting on an ECU. We're still waiting on the shop to be ready. It's my fault that everything's taking so long, so don't get mad at anyone besides me. I am trying my hardest to get this thing done though. While we wait for it to get wired up, we are going to do a couple of things. Today, I'm going to build a heat shield that separates those headers right there from the fuel line. The headers are heat wrapped, but if fuel happened to leak from the fuel lines, it would leak straight onto cloth on a manifold. So that's an instant fire right there. A heat shield will help, heat shield. It'll also prevent any leaking fuel to get into the heat wrap and start a fire. Either way, I'm definitely gonna get a fire extinguisher for this truck. I don't wanna see it burn down after all this hard work. But the heat shield should hopefully prevent any fire from happening. I am super excited to get this truck done, and I'm working really hard to get it finished. So don't you guys think for a second that I'm abandoning the project. It's already late enough in the season where we missed all the events. It sucks, but there's no need to rush now because, we have all winter. But it should hopefully be done in a couple weeks. Although I've said that a lot, so I don't know. But let's work on it. I kind of forget how excited I am about this thing just because it sits here all the time, but if I just take a moment to stop and look at it and think about it, I'm just, so excited. V8, mini truck, grippy tires, good suspension. It's gonna be so good. I had the sudden urge to test something. The paint's still wet, so it's a little uneven, but I test painted this bumper a certain color that I might paint the realm yet. I could do this for pretty cheap, and I think it looks pretty good. Army tan. Look at how nice this looks. Got the rattle can job. And hell yeah, dude, it looks awesome. Let's get you inside. I think I'm totally gonna do this. I'm pretty pumped. Desert tan, woo! I went ahead and kind of stuck my tape measure up here and measured a decent size for a heat shield. 6 inches by 10 inches. The top couple of inches will be bent in, and then I will weld some stuff in that allows it to bolt into some holes in the frame. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out, and it should be good. so I've been helping Pasha with his car. We're working on his roll cage. But this is the heat shield all welded up. Should separate the headers from the fuel line. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna ceramic coat it, and then I'm also going to put heat reflective tape on both sides. So the fuel line should be pretty safe.
What are we doing, Caleb?
Rolling on a plate for a roll cage. You want to quickly tack in this one bar?
Huh?
Want to try to get this one bar tacked in real quick?
I mean...
3.5 times.
437. I'm interested.
All right, day 2. Heat shield's ready to go back in. After we put that in, I'm gonna go ahead, loosen the rear shackles. I forgot that these are bushings, so I have to tighten them while suspension is compressed. So there is our heat shield. Bolts in right there and there, and prevents the header from the fuel lines. See, the fuel lines are behind it, header is in front of it. The actual shield kind of goes up and over, so it kind of like encompasses the entire header. You can also see it on this side. Well, you just can't see the header anymore on this side. Look at how good that looks, by the way. The nice undercoat, the new suspension and everything, and then like, ooh. At some point, I definitely want to redo the entire fuel line. When we do the fuel cell, we'll do new fuel line all the way up, so we don't have to have this sketchy junction. The problem is that the hard line is a 5/16 and the soft line into the fuel regulator is a 3/8. So right there, it goes from a 5/16 to a 5/16 soft line to a hose barb to a 3/8 soft line. There are 3 places it can leak right next to the header. That was kind of dumb in my point, but that's why we'll change it later on. For now, the heat shield should help. Put a 2-inch drop lock in the back and then slam the front coilovers and ooh, this thing will look nice. One of the things that I really love about the truck is that pretty much every modification that I want to do is really cheap. It just needs a lot of fabrication. For example, I want to lower it more. All I need to buy in order to lower it more is 2-inch lowering blocks, which are like $100. But in order to fit those, I have to notch the frame, which means building a custom bed, a little custom channel in the bed, modifying the frame, and doing a bunch of fabrication. I like that because I don't have to spend a bunch of money on making videos on the truck, but I get to have a bunch of fun like fabricating, and it makes really awesome videos. It's like the best of both worlds. I get to fabricate and I don't have to spend a bunch of money. Another example, I'm going to replace all the body mounts with solid body mounts. That way I can build a strut bar that connects to the body as well as the frame. Bushings for the body are gonna be like $50, just buying some Delrin, but doing all the fabrication to make it fit, doing the fabrication on the strut bar, it's gonna be a lot of fabrication. It's gonna make an awesome video, but it won't be a bunch of money for me. It's really awesome being able to fabricate and, you know, not spend a bunch of money on parts and build them yourself. It's so cool, and I love that about the truck. In that way, I am kind of happy that it's winter because I can just spend a bunch of time fabricating stuff on it, making it really, really good for spring. So yet again, I spent a lot of time today working on Pasha's car. Whoops. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, why are you working on Pasha's car? You got your own cars to work on. You're right, but I really like the practice of welding. I'm getting so much welding practice in, and it's really awesome. Once the roll cage part of this car is done, Pasha can pretty much do everything else yourself.
Most of it.
Yeah, I'll fabricate, motor mounts and a trans mount, but that'll take all of one day. So I'm sorry I've been spending time working on Pasha's car.
Don't be sorry. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome. I'm doing it because I like to do it. I'm doing it because I'm getting practice. It is really, really cool, actually. We just finished up the rear section of the roll cage. It's essentially like a roll bar right now. Fully welded it in. All the plates are in. It's a beefy boy. It looks a little wimpy right now just because there's not enough bars, but once everything else is done, it should be good. But it's strong. It's definitely strong. I'm super happy with it. I was having some trouble welding to the really, really thin body because the sheet metal on this is like 18 or 20 gauge. It's ridiculously thin. Figured out just doing tacks. Series of tacks is the way to go. And look, that turned out pretty good. So welds are definitely getting better, which I'm really happy about. It's funny because even in the past couple of months, my welding has improved so much. I look at some of the welds on the drift truck and I'm like, ugh, it's a little sketchy, but if they break, we can fix them. Do you have anything to say about your car or something?
It looks really awesome, and I'm super excited. Check out my channel.
Let me know what you guys think about the Army Tan. I think I'm gonna do it either way, but let me know what you think either way. Either way,
He's gonna do it regardless, but still.
Yeah, either way. I am going to spend the next couple of hours or minutes cleaning up the shop a little bit, and that's gonna be it for this video. Sorry it was kind of all over the place, just kind of doing some random stuff. I really wanted to get that heat shield done, and we did. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like. If you are excited for the drift truck, give it a like. If you did not enjoy the video, give it a dislike, but tell me why. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. A lot of awesome stuff coming for Molly next week. New headlights are, I think, arriving tomorrow from Germany, so that's awesome. And some other stuff, I don't want to spoil everything, so I'll see you then. Peace out, bye-bye.